Joining me now on this episode of Locally Sourced is the co-founder of Operation Hope, Miss Ruby Gomez. Ruby, thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for joining us today. Happy New Year so far. This 2021. How's your family and everyone over there in
Well,
Operation Hope?
Happy New Year to you as well. Busy as always. It's non-stopping. We are small, so my poor dad has been running crazy through Operation Hope, answering the phone lines. Mom's been busy at work, so it's been a good year so far, but very, very busy.
Well, busy is usually always good. Well, first off, could you talk a little about Operation Hope, why you started it, how it got started, and what you guys do?
Operation Hope is something that my dad started. That's why it's called Angel Gomez Operation Hope. He was one of the co-founders that we started with our attorney, Ron. Ron Stating is our attorney that worked with us to create what Operation Hope is. Honestly, my dad came from a poor upbringing. He was raised in the Segundo Barrio area, went to Bowie High School. So those were his roots. And coming from a humble upbringing, he saw what a need it was and how he has you know, provided over the years for his family. And he was able to come up from his upbringing. And his message was to teach me, what a privileged life I had and, to share, to pay it forward, to give to others. Because I was brought up differently than when he was brought up, and he would tell me the stories about my grandfather and his great grandfather. And, my grandmother came from the oldest of 15 kids, so it was a different lifestyle when they grew up
Yeah.
compared to the lifestyle I'm living and the lifestyle my son's living. So his message is to just help others, be a beacon of the hope in the community. And that's what he's always done. And that's his lesson to me.
Oh, that's awesome. Talk a little. I know your work. I know what you guys have done. Talk a little about what Operation Hope does, and some of the things that you all have been doing for the community.
Operation Hope is a nonprofit organization that we're based here at El Paso. We are 100% volunteer and 100% donation. So everything we do goes straight back to the community. Again, back to that upbringing that my dad always had, to share, to give, whatever extra we have to help somebody else in need, because we don't know what they're going through. And that's what we've always done. I started when I was a little girl. I didn't know the difference, but we would go to different shelters. We would give out small baskets. Our food giveaways in those days were like 5 turkey baskets.
Hmm.
Five was a lot in the early 90s when we started. And then it kept growing to 10, to 15. We used to deliver food baskets to families throughout the city. Then we went to 100, and then we couldn't deliver anymore because it was a family based organization, which it is. It was my mom, my dad, and at the time myself. There was just the three of us. And then as I got older, then I married and I got my husband. My husband joined in. He didn't know what he married into, but he's a big part of our family in terms of our volunteers and getting things together. And it just continued to grow from there. So we've serviced thousands of meals for families in need over the holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. We've done our back to school giveaways where kids get backpacks, school supplies. We've done computers, where we've given away computers to students going off from high school to college. We've done, so many different things to help students proceed, because in El Paso, sometimes, that's it. It's just a high school degree,
Right.
the high school diploma. And, we want to encourage education because, that's where our world is going to. You need to continue your education to further yourself for many things. And education is so important that we want to make sure the kids know that there is how for them to continue to pursue to do something good with their life here in El Paso. Many people think El Paso is like not the best place to succeed, that you need to leave El Paso, but there's so many opportunities here if you just apply yourself and you have somebody in your corner to support you in that sense, whether it's education, whether it's food necessities. We started doing funerals assistance. And after the August 3rd shooting, that was just something that hit really close to home because we were doing our
Yeah.
back to school giveaway when this happened. And then we started doing more funeral assistance. Then we went to the pandemic. And right now, we've done over 700 family funeral assistants here in El Paso. And like I said, Happy New Year. This New Year's just keeps running. We've hit the ground running. because
Right.
it hasn't stopped, it hasn't slowed down, the pandemic hasn't changed. The need for assistance has grown more than ever. And we're really, fortunate that we've been able to help and assist the way we have.
Yeah, I mean, it is just so amazing the work you've done, and I just, it just kudos to you guys, because you got, you're right at being here, staying home to work and be successful, especially in El Paso. It does take a lot of work. You're spot on that one. I mean, like, just some of the, like, friends that I have that have local business have had to work so hard just to keep it going, especially now with the pandemic, like you had mentioned. And it's just so amazing that you all are still able to help out, and so amazing that El Pasoans are able to still donate to help you guys out so you can help the community. It is just an amazing job you guys are doing there. And I want to personally thank you for doing that, helping out those families.
Well, we thank you guys because everything we do in Operation Hope, we can't do it by ourselves. And I can't stress that enough. We are fortunate that people know us, they know our names, and have come to understand who we are on a personal matter. A lot of people know us personally, not just under
Right.
Operation Hope. But without the support of the community, without the support of other local businesses that are still in El Paso, we can't do what we do. We come with partnerships, partnerships with the funeral homes, partnerships with the stores, such as even Walmart as a partnership, Coca Cola as a partnership,
Mhm.
Chick-fil-A. I mean, these are all big companies that believe in our little organization and people who choose to partner with us, in order for us to do what we do, because we can't do this alone. I told you, our main office is a family of five. It's my dad, Angel, my mom, Patsy, myself, my husband, Jesus, and my little boy, Ariel. We do this from home on top of our regular jobs. I'm a small local El Paso owned business. My job is safety training, but my job came to a halt because of the pandemic. I was struggling to keep my company going. And our company, Specialized Safety Training, is what fed Operation Hope for so many years. For my company, we would always set aside a portion of our income that we made to put over to fund Operation Hope, because Operation Hope is all donation based. Nobody, we all volunteer. None of us profit from it. I think we're the only organization that can say that we're 100% volunteer and 100% donation, because whatever comes in will go back out. And because of people like you that show the light on us and give us the attention to see, like, you can see where it goes. You can come to any of our events, whether it's our food giveaways, our back to school giveaways, anything that we have open to the community, and you'll see thousands of people that are receiving everything that was given to us. We're just the middle person, to help source where it needs to go.
That's
But we
so
can't do it without you guys.
That's that's I know I've said it like a million times, is that you guys do such amazing work there. But I do want to ask you this. Do you have a favorite event or memory or something that you'd want to share since you started with your organization that you'll remember and you'll always take and you'll always love to share, and just your favorite memory?
You know what? Like we were speaking about earlier, one of my favorite events is always when we both visit the kids in the hospital, and that's how we met one of your other friends that you've already interviewed before, Jesus Abraham Coronado.
Hmm.
We all started our superhero league back in the early 2000s. I was straight out of high school. We were still young. I was still in my 20s at that time. But we started dressing up as superheroes to go and visit the kids for, to encourage them, to enlighten them, to take them toys. Because when the kids are in the hospital, it's like being, in a pandemic right now. You're enclosed, you're stuck in your room. You can't leave, you can't go out, you can't visit with anybody. So, that morale starts to go down as many people have felt being, at home in quarantine, and they get, anxious. They want to be out. They don't want to be stuck at home anymore. And the kids feel like that all the time. So when we started dressing up as superheroes, we created our superhero league to go and visit the kids and the pediatric floor of the local hospitals, to go and surprise them, take them toys, and just to see them light up, to see their excitement, to see that they get a visit from a visitor other than their parents, of course. And sometimes it's their favorite superhero and they get a gift from them. And it's been amazing, not only that we get to see them, but we've had contact with some other patients that are now grown up, and they still have a picture where they kept it from us over 10 years ago saying, I was that little
Oh,
girl.
wow.
Look at this picture. That was me. You visited me. And I was like, that's so touching, that we really made a difference.
Oh wow, that's amazing to hear that. Oh man, that is so cool. That's just so
We do it so you don't think about it. You're just like,
right.
hi, but you don't realize what a big impact it is until they come back to you and you're like, that was 10 years ago that we saw you and you're a full grown adult now.
Dang, that is so crazy. That is so. Thank you for sharing. That is amazing. Well, I know that you guys are still working, still accepting donations. I'll go ahead and link the information below. But is there anything else you'd like to say or add about that I didn't ask that you'd want to mention and want the community to know?
Just thank you guys. Thank you for supporting us and thank you for believing in our local organization. Without our volunteers, we can't do what we do. And without partnerships like with you, with Locally Source El Paso, with other partners in the community, we can't do this. This is all about teamwork. We can't do it alone. And by us working together, it makes a difference in our community. We are very fortunate to have great partnerships like we do with you, great partnerships, great volunteers. I cannot give it up enough for my volunteers who are always with us, my team of superheroes. Like you said, Abraham, he's our creator, my husband, because it takes a lot of time. My superheroes put a lot of time, like we were talking about, a lot of money, and they create their art and they share that to enlighten the community, whether it's our superheroes, whether it's our volunteers, and any partnerships that want to join with us. It's all about teamwork. We can't do this alone and be
True.
creating that friendship, creating that partnership, we're able to accomplish so much more than trying to do it on our own. So, just thank you for you. Thank you to the community for really being a part of it, and together we can do so much more if we do it together.
Ruby, thank you so much for joining me today. I will link all the information to your guys' website, Facebook, all the social media, and the links and everything in the description down below. Again, thank you for doing so much for our community. Thank you for helping out all those who needed it. And it just like, if there's anything I can ever do to help you guys out, please let me know.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. Having us be a part of your show and really pushing us out there is a big help, and we greatly appreciate it. And vice versa. We'd love to have you come out to our event so that you can really see once all of this is cleared up, once the pandemic is cleared. But I mean, you've been to our event. You said you saw us at Bowie when we had Gabriel Iglesias here.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
that
cool.
shows you a star power like Gabriel Iglesias coming down with little old Operation Hope.
Mhm.
We're working hard to make a difference in El Paso. And, without people like you guys or with people like that supporting us, we can't do what we do. It's all about teamwork. And I can't stress that enough. It's good teamwork, good foundation.
Yes, thank you so much again for joining us. You have a happy new year. Hopefully things clear up soon and we can start doing some more things together as partnered up.
Yes.
And of course, I can't stress enough that I'll link all the information to your organization down below. If you can, please help them out, donate a little bit, give back, help give back to your community. Thank you so much for joining me today,
Thank you
Ruby.
so much.
All
Thank you.
right.
Thank you. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you.